Welcome to Object-Oriented Programming. In this session, we are going to write an application that asks the user to enter a distance in meters. Then, our program should convert that distance into feet and inches. The output of the program should be something like this. That means we are going to use showMessageDialog method, which is part of the JOptionBain class. Now, we have some hints here. 1 meter is equal to 39.37 inches and 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. We are going to follow the following steps in order to solve this problem. First thing, we need to read distance in meters from user. Second, we need to now we are going to write a Java program to solve that problem. So we are using Eclipse. We already create a project. Then inside that project we'll create a class from file, new class. Let's call this class distance converter. Let's just check this one. So main method will be generated as a template. These are just comments and I don't need them. Now this is the main method. Okay, the first step was to read distance in meters from the user, and we are going to use showInputDialog method to read the value from the user. But the problem that this method always returns data of type string, so we need to declare a variable of type string. Let's call this variable s, and we will call the method showInputDialog. It's part of JOptionBain class. Show input dialog. Okay, and we'll just direct the users to enter distance in meters. Okay, now as you can see, Eclipse already generates an import statement for us because JOptionBain is not part of the default package in Java. And in order to call any method of that class, you have to import this class. It's part of javax.swing package. So now next step is to convert this value to double value, and in order to do that you should use a parseDouble method, which is part of double class. So we will declare a variable of type double. Let's call it distance in meters, so dm, and class double has a method called parseDouble. It receives a string and returns the value, the double value equivalent to that string. Okay, we're done with step 1. Now next step is to convert from distance in meters to its equivalent in inches. As we know that each 1 meter is equivalent to 39.37 inches. So we will declare a new variable. Let's call it distance in inches, di, and it's just multiply distance in meters by 39.37. Now the third step is to calculate how many feet in this distance in inches. As we know that each foot is equal to 12 inches. For example, if we have 25 inches, that means it's 2 feet and 1 inch. So in order to calculate how many feet, I would declare a variable called feet, and we will just simply divided distance in inches by 12. But we have a problem here because di of type double, and when we divide double by integer, the result of the whole expression also will be double, and it cannot be assigned to a variable of type integer. So to solve this, we will downcast this variable to integer. Now di will be processed as an integer in this statement, and any fraction will be truncated. Now next step is to calculate the remainder inch after calculating number of feet. So we will declare a new variable. I would call it inches. So inches, it's just di minus a number of feet times 12. So this is number of inches, and we need to round this number, so we will define a new variable. I would call it r for rounding inches, and we are using a class called math and a method of that in that class called round. Okay, so now this is the inches after rounding that to 2 digits. Now we will just form the string for output, so I would call it output. It's in this string we will just print distance in meters equal, and we need to display dm after this string. Then we should go to next line, so we will concatenate this with slash n, means new line, equivalent in British unit equal, and then we want the value of the variable feet to be displayed. Then we need this sign of the feet plus inches after roundation, and the sign of inch, which is a quotation. Here I is capital. Now we will use show message dialog to output this string. Okay, now in order to run the program, from run as Java application, let's enter 40, and this is the result.